Okay, the last time we played, we gained access to the Silver Lady. So let's go meet her. Oh, level 1. That's a surprise.
Hello. I welcome you, traveler.
Greetings to you, Silver Lady. I thank you for this audience.
I know you've come far, and I've expected you for a long time now.
What do you mean?
I've seen you approaching from both east and west, traveler. And you bring them with you, all of them. They've no choice but to follow.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I know. We speak different languages, you and I. The things I see, wrapped in the past and the present, and shrouded in the veils of magic. I cannot translate my visions into your own. You must listen, traveler. Listen and learn to see.
I'll try.
What is it you seek, traveler?
Black Mountain Clan, where are they?
Yes, I can see them. But the ravens are circling, and the storm rages but subsides. And yet there is lightning, and then shadow, and then the storm howls again, tearing. I can't even look at it. Wait. Oh, look. They've taken in a small child with machine dreams, and hands of hinged metal, and a heart in which coal burns brightly.
Yeah, that's Gilbert Bates, but that was in the past.
I don't know of what you speak, traveler. Please, listen. Try to hear with my ears. I see a flame atop a hill, burning so brightly. And below, a field of wheat around a pool of water, and the flame spitting fire and consuming the wheat and the lake, and losing itself as well.
Anything else?
It's dark here. So dark. And the flame is here too. But this flame burns black onyx and cold. And shadow is its child. Are they here as well? I can't see that far. A plane of mirrored glass. A sky of white. A lone figure. Wait, which is the reflection? I'm unsure. That is all I see, traveler. The riddle is created by you. Do you have anything else you'd like to ask?
Mingorad. What can you tell me of the name?
Mingorad. An old name, traveler. Oh, a man is screaming and carves a key with his fingers, and the birds have plucked his eyes out. And the wolf watches, motionless, his paw in the air. A tear in the curtain, and only darkness beyond. A ragged wound, mended with a ring of blasted stone. A hand that sees, but is blinded. A man draped in truth, wearing a mask. And they hide, the lost children, they hide. A gray mist, even to me. But there, he runs, dropping veined and painted leaves. And the flock comes, talons outstretched and wings of fire, and he is consumed. But the leaves... Run quickly, traveler. Find what was left behind. In the place of smoke and water, he is there. He is there.
Does that refer to Tarrant? So someone left behind some kind of clues. The hunters came to hunt the clue ones leaving the clues, but some of the leaves were left in the ground. So there's still clues left.
I see no more. The stream is again calm. Was there anything else?
Yeah, but this is way too vague to us too much about it. I can understand some of these things, but not everything. We need something more. Am I the living one?
The living one? Oh, traveler, why would you think I would know of such a thing?
It's a prophecy. I assume you can see what is to come.
It's an interesting thing about prophecies, traveler. They're no clearer to one such as myself, living both in and out of the stream, than they are to you, walking the shore. The flow swirls around them until they are ready. And in the end, really, is it going to matter who someone pointed a finger at?
Yeah, that would be comforting if people weren't trying to kill me.
These people can only see what follows in your wake, traveler. Pass your hand through the flame and it flickers. If you've tired of the mantle, then shed it. Disappear. Otherwise, don't be surprised at what people do.
Yep. I understand almost none of what you said.
I know that, traveler. But I also know that clarity is often the child of time. Your answers lie both in front and behind. Make sure not to overlook one for the other.
Yep, characteristically cryptic, dear lady. Characteristically cryptic.
I go now, traveler. We will meet again, though I'm not sure which side. No matter. Farewell.
Okay, that... How do I get out of this place? Get me out of this hellhole. Where is the exit? Seriously, where is it? There's the door, but I don't see it for some reason. Ah, that was not all that helpful. I'm guessing we have to talk to Raven to get some sense out of this.
Hello again. It's so very good to see you. Certainly. How can I help you?
Yeah, I've spoken with your mother.
And what did you ask her about?
Mingorod, Black Mountain Clan.
Black Mountain Clan. What did she see?
She saw ravens and lightning and violent storm.
Ravens and a storm? And why did the storm subside and then rage once again? Nothing in my mother's visions is ever what it seems. We'll have to think on this. Black Mountain Clan. What did she see?
Black Mountain Clan with a small, machine-like child.
As you told her, this must have been the man you know as Gilbert Bates. She saw him because he plays such a large role in their fate. Black Mountain Clan. What did she see?
A flame that consumed a wheat field and a pool of water.
I'm not sure what that represents, but I know that fire in her visions often represents magic. And the water you say quenched it? Or did the flame burn itself out? Black Mountain Clan. What did she see?
Dark place with a dark fire and a mirrored plane.
There are two separate visions. The flame again represents magic, but twisted somehow, burning darkly. And did you say that the Black Mountain Clan was near this flame? The mirrored plane, a white sky, a lone figure. The worlds on either side of that mirror are the same. Who could say which one is real? Odd.
Okay. Seems like the Black Mountain Clan isn't gonna yield us anything. It'll probably make sense once we find out more, but Mingorad seems to be the thing we have to go after.
Mingorad? What did she see?
An eyeless man in pain carving a key, a wolf with raised paw.
What the screaming man and his key represent, I have no idea. But I do know that the official symbol for the city of Caledon is a wolf. with one paw raised in the air.
Hey, Caledon.
I'm not so sure. Remember, my mother's visions are shackled by neither our eyes nor our time. The events she describes might be in either the future or the past. Let's look at all she said before we go any further.
Okay.
Mingarad, what did she see?
A torn curtain, a ringed broken finger pointing east.
There's something about that entire vision which pulls at my memory, especially the ring. I'll think about it further. Mingarad, what did she see?
A hand that sees but is blind. A truthful man in a mask.
I have no idea.
Wait, that sounds like the symbol on an amulet I've seen.
Interesting. That's the ancient symbol of the Malokian hand. Do you know of it?
Yes, I know they were an ancient order of assassins.
The Malokian hand were assassins for what used to be known as the Darien Ka, the ancient order of the dead. The Darien Ka were a shadowy group who formed during the Age of Legends. Their membership and their agenda were always very secret. I know little about them beyond the most cursory knowledge, but there have always been rumors about who they were and what they were doing.
Yeah, we know all this.
As I said, the Malokian hand were their assassins. From what I remember of what was written about them, the hand was ejected from the Order of the Dead on grounds of doctrinal differences. There was a small struggle, and then the hand disappeared. There are always rumors of its reemergence, but from what I know, that's all they are. Rumors.
These amulets and the attempts on my life might say different.
I agree. But I don't know why they would be involved in this business. Very interesting.
What do you think the vision itself means?
I don't really know, although it would seem that perhaps they are being misled. Blindness in my mother's visions is sometimes associated with deception. As far as the man in the mask was draped in truth, I have no idea. Mingarad, what did she see?
Lost, hiding children, a man runs from them and drops leaves.
This one is the most interesting of all, and it seems that my fears may have well been correct.
Okay, why?
Do you remember when I told you that the name of Mingarad bothered me in some way? Well, I believe that may have been so because Mingarad is a dark name.
What does that mean?
A dark elf name. Do you know of the dark elves?
Very little. Could you elaborate?
It's a long story. But sometime during the Age of Legends, many years even before my mother was born, there were a group of elves who separated themselves. There were philosophical differences, and they were no longer welcome in our forests. Those elves became what we know as the Dark Elves.
What were the differences?
They believe that this world and all of its races are subject to elven rule. They believe that elves are superior because of our close connection to nature, our power in the ways of magic, and the longevity of our physical form. They see the other races as bumbling children who need our guidance, regardless of its severity.
And you, what do you believe?
I believe. Well, let us say that I don't always see eye to eye with those in Kintara concerning the rightful place of the Dark Elves. My role here is as protector. I will do so regardless of the cost.
What do the elves here believe?
The elves of Kintara, in fact all other elves, believe that everything and everyone has a rightful place in the experience which forms this reality. Elves feel that very little, if anything, ever happens that isn't part of the natural progression of that state. They feel no superiority because of their advantages. That is just the role they have been picked to play.
Do they see the Dark Elves as a violation of that order?
Unfortunately not. The Dark Elves are seen in the same light as everyone else. They have the role and they are playing it.
You say unfortunately.
I believe. Well, let us say that my mother's vision of the lost children was referring, I believe, to the Dark Elves. They were hidden from her because they are hidden from all of us. Through magic and isolation, we've not seen where they live for almost 500 years.
But who was the man running from them?
There was a man many years ago who had come to the Glimmering Forest to study the elves, and I remember that he was very interested in the Dark Elves especially. There were rumors about his capture by them and an escape.
Okay, who was he?
As I said, he was a researcher. A strange little man, a bit overdressed, but kind-hearted and very intelligent. I was young then, a mere 160 years old. He was the first human I'd ever seen.
Yeah, do you remember his name?
His name? It was a long time ago. But I remember because he said it so often. I think humans just like hearing the sound of their own names. Terwilliger. Dr. Renford A. Terwilliger. I can hear him saying it even now.
What were the leaves he was dropping?
I don't know. It almost seemed in the vision that the flock who consumed him were more interested in the leaves. And my mother even said to find what was left behind, these leaves might very well be what we're looking for.
Days of smoke and water, that's probably Tarrant.
She could mean almost anywhere. But if I were to make a guess, I'd say she was talking about the human city of Tarrant. It lies in the Gulf of Morbihan, and its, what do you call them? Factories are always belching smoke into the skies. That and I know that Terwilliger was from there.
Okay, well, what now?
You have a place to begin your search, my friend. It would seem that if you need to find this Mingarod, you're going to need to find the village of the Dark Elves. The only person who might know where they are is Renford A. Terwilliger. He may or may not be in Tarrant, but it's a good place to start looking.
Tarrant I shall go.
You impress me, my friend. Few are those like you who would take this burden upon themselves. You've earned my respect.
Yeah, your respect makes it all the more worth it.
There are strong bonds between women such as we. Good luck. Return to me when you've found the Dark Elves and tell me what you've uncovered.
Okay, we need to find this Terwilliger guy. The name sounds familiar. Very familiar. It probably was one of the... And... might have been even one of these families here. We'll go to the Hall of Records if we don't encounter a familiar name here. Hey, what are you? Who are you? Of course, I'm Perman Smythe, recent graduate of the College of Phantasm and representative from Tala, City of Mages. Very nice to make your acquaintance, madam. Hey, have you a moment? What brings you to Tarrant, Perman? Oh, nothing in particular, really. Just traveling and whatnot. I don't really see anything beyond the walls of Tala for a few weeks ago. Yeah, before a few weeks ago, yeah. The young maid smiles a little sheepishly. You might say I've lived quite a sheltered life. Yeah. Tell me of Tala. Tala, oh, it's absolutely breathtaking. It's located deep within the oasis of mist, hidden for centuries from the outside world. The black windowless tower of Simeon Tor encircled by the off-the-stone mansions of the Master Mages, where they practice the oldest and most powerful magic. In the middle of the great courtyard is Pelosian's Pool, where it's said that the spirit of the great conjurer still comes to watch over the apprentices, and in the early evening as the sun sets over the Vendigroth wastes, you can hear the haunting harmony of the soul singers as they weave melodies with their otherworldly counterparts. We know where Tala is. We marked it on our map. What's the Tower of Simeon Tor? Master Simeon Tor? He is the greatest mage of all of Arcanum. As the leader of Talon Assembly, it is his responsibility to oversee all that happens within the walls of Tala, much of what happens without. He's a hard man but fair and extremely powerful. He's a master in the College of Summoning and learned in many others as well. Someone like where is Tala? Sorry, my friend, I'm under oath to never reveal that secret. I see. Why did you leave? Oh, I was sent to Tarrant on a, how would one phrase it? A mission, I suppose you could call it. As the Simeon felt I was best qualified for the job, and so to Tarrant I went, and I just spent 2 weeks with Mr. Willersby recovering from my mission. Quite an adventure, I must say. What happened? Well, here's a newspaper describing what happened as a result of the whole affair. I'd rather not get into the whole story, but I have been approached by a gentleman who seems very interested in writing a short book about what happened. Sir Chadwick Moore, or some such rather bothersome fellow, but he seemed rather insistent. Yeah. Master Simeon. Yeah. I propose perhaps we could travel together. An interesting proposition. You do seem well traveled, my friend. But what are you doing out in the world? What brings you all the way to Tehran? I will have to tell him the story. I see. He's quiet for some time, reflecting on what you have told him. So what you're telling me is that your whole adventure has spawned from an untimely incident you experienced while on the plane. The IFS Zephyr. Yes. Well, I must say that I've never heard a more interesting story in all my life. I thought I had been through quite a harrowing experience. You join me? I think you already have far too many companions already. What? Is that counted as a companion? Shit. Shit! Like, how can I get rid of that guy? Fudge. We need enemies. Shit. Hate this crap. Yeah. Harding's Pass might be a good way to get rid of that. I need a random encounter. Although I don't think that's enough to kill a familiar. I hate that I can't get rid of the familiar, otherwise I can't tell him to leave or something. If I attack him now, all my companions will hate me. Yeah, why is this fucking game doing this? Wait. This is good for us. Okay. Wait. Oh crap. It wasn't in turn-based mode. I'm gonna take a lot of damage. On the positive side, when our turn comes, gonna be some fireball throwing. Did I? Garbanzo, the monkey trainer. Take the large leather armor. I think he had a very damaged one. Yeah. Monkey Swarmer. Proper name. Very fast. Huh? Not. Interesting enemy choice. Miniature monkeys. Mystic leather armor. It's a good armor. Armor class is 15 better. Damage resistance is 5 better. Poison resist is 15 better. Fire resist is 40. What? Jesus Christ. 45 points worse. It's a good alternative to dragon skin leather. Maximum followers 2. But the dog shouldn't be a maximum follower. Or should it? Maybe because I've kicked him out of the team, he's counted as a maximum follower. That might be it. Didn't really consider that. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, 25. That's not too much below us. So he's good with dodge, good with melee. Magic oriented. What can you cast? Illuminate, heal. Fire flash. Yeah, not bad at all. It's not as good as the other guys in fighting, but damage bonus -2. Not quite as good. You have an unidentified rope. Really? Let's give him the dragon leather. We'll have to identify that. Magic ropes. Not a bad thing, but it's still worse than the dragon leather. Arcane gauntlets will be very good on him. He'll get most of the benefits. Train wreck at Vermilion Station. A halfling noble. Who are you? Edward Willersby, businessman and chairman of the Transient Industrial Culture. How might I be of service? I'd be more than happy to speak with you, young lady. I'm always eager to hear the thoughts and opinions of my constituents. Unfortunately, I have a pressing engagement right just now. Will you stop by my offices in the city hall in an hour or so? We can speak further. Just do that. Need to get equipment for him. Now, we have a... He's probably going to be not as good in combat as Sarg, but he has more survivability and he's a healer. So I think our number one fighter will be the dog, then Sarg, and Perman is sort of a support role, same as me. He's definitely not fit to go into melee combat. I'm debating what kind of equipment I should give him. I want survivability, but I'm not sure about the weapon choice because he has a high dexterity, but the gloves of speed might increase the speed to 70, so he could do quite a lot of things during 89. I think we'll get him a major staff too. But no, we'll go with the shield and a weapon combo. I'll be the one doing the proper support casting, and he can do occasional casting. I think that's the better overall strategy, because it'll ensure that he'll stay alive. When I go with full mage mode, he can be hacked to pieces in seconds. Oh, we could get a mage staff immediately. That is tempting, but I know how that'll end up. I don't think it's a bad choice. Maybe a sword of defense. And a shield of force. And enchanted war boots. Not sure about the helmet. It probably has the highest armor class of all the guys we have. Yeah, with the helm it'll go even higher. Damage resistance, what? 39, that's not too good though. We'll get him a Dorian amulet and some resistance rings. Or whatever rings we can get. We just want to keep him alive. We might chase the weapon at some point, so it's definitely not guaranteed that we'll be stuck with that. But I'll want to start more of a defense focus equipment set than an offensive one. Might as well visit Bates. See if there's anything new. It'll take a minute if there isn't, so it's not a lot of wasted time. After that, Hall of Records.
You have returned. Tell me, what news?
No new information. Permanent Smile. Can I talk to Permanent Smile? What? I'd like to know more about you. Yeah, he's just a random NPC, he can't. There's no dialogue. That's the gnome we meant. Willowsby. Okay, questions? Renford Ater Williger. My apologies, madam, there does not seem to be an individual by that name in Tehran. I was told that he could be found in Tehran. Sadly, the census is not 100% accurate. Perhaps it would be wise to take some earlier records. Yes, maybe we should. 10 to 50 years. $50. Oh, good news, madame. Renford Ater Williger, human, born unknown, died 1804 here in Tehran. Well, this would explain why we were unable to locate him living in Tehran. Do you wish me to retrieve his obituary? Yes, please. Ah, yes, here we are. Renford Ater Williger, author of Zheng An, Horror Among the Dark Elves, was found dead in his home today. His death appears to have occurred amongst mysterious circumstances. The authorities are calling for further investigation. Oh my, what a dreadful incident. Zheng An, Horror Among the Dark Elves. Oh. Okay. Willowsby. Let's speak of them. He's talking about the Tarantine history of politics, ruled by Industrial Council, which I am the chairman. We know all this. And I don't really want to ask this, but I want to see where the conversation will eventually go. Has Tarrant always been ruled as such, or was there a king? Yeah, we know there was a king. No, the monarchy, well, how should one phrase it, became outdated about 50 years ago. We don't speak of it much here in Tehran. Suffice it to say that the city has prospered under our new system of government. You know of the Unified Kingdom, friend? Unified Kingdom? The Unified Kingdom is an alliance of two major kingdoms, those of Tyrant and Ashbury. We share trade resources and military strength, and there are many cities that are currently looking into joining the Unified Kingdom. Negotiations with prospective members are part of my job. What in your opinion are the major problems in Tehran? No, we have many problems here in Tehran. The rise of criminal activity in the Boil is one of them. I'm taking personal measures to alleviate that problem, while also a rising orcish and half-orcish population here in Tarrant. They've created unions, he speeds out the name, and have caused a general unrest among the laborers here in the city. Personal measures in the boil. Nothing. Let's forget I have said it. Come on now, Willowsby, old boy. You can trust me. He chuckles, winks back. Yes, perhaps you are someone I might bring into my confidence. I have a man who works for me. Sebastian's his name. I've contracted him to take care of things in the boil. You're the sort of woman who's interested in assisting in that sort of endeavor. Have a drink at Caleb Malloy's in the boil. He's usually around. Excuse me, madam. I couldn't help you notice, but you came out of the offices of Mr. Edward Willowsby, the chairman of the Industrial Council. Must have been quite an important piece of business. Yes, as a matter of fact it was. I've no doubt that's the case. Mr. Willowsby is a powerful man and his influences are far-reaching. Men such as he, you must never know what they're getting into. What exactly are you insinuating, sir? Nothing. Only that a man might be talking to Mr. Willowsby, and then Mr. Willowsby might tell you something, and the next thing you know, you're involved in something you don't completely understand. Do you know what I'm talking about, madam? No, not making sense. Really? Well, perhaps you are a smart woman. Getting involved with Mr. Willowsby might not be the most prudent course of action. Perhaps you'd like to tell me what you're talking about. It's a wise man who looks at what is before his eyes. You and might have more in common than you think, friend. Perhaps. Who are you, sir? My name is Heinrich Jenks. I represent a concerned group of citizens both here in Tarrant and abroad. We've made it our business to keep a close look on the political power structure in the Unified Kingdom to make sure that it's working toward a mutually beneficial end. And I assume that you believe Mr. Willowsby is not doing so. You might say that, friend. I know that he is currently involved in negotiations with Kaladin, and that he is very interested in making sure that they become members of the Unified Kingdom. I believe this interest supersedes any other concerns he might have, including the interest of his own constituents. I find this troubling. Are you saying Kaladin's membership is a bad idea? Let's look at the facts, madam. Tarrant, with the Unified Kingdom, is the most powerful kingdom in all of Arcanum. We have natural resources, shipping and railroads, as well as the most stable manufacturing framework of any city in the world. Much of our great wealth comes at the expense of cities like Kaladin in the form of taxes and tariffs. So, Mr. Willowsby and his cohorts on the council are in effect taking away a great source of Tarrant's wealth and power by allowing a kingdom like Kaladin to join the Unified Kingdom. Kaladin is dependent on us for resources like lumber and technology. If they are allowed to join the Unified Kingdom, then we'll lose that advantage. Okay. Don't get me wrong, Frank. It's men like Willowsby who made Tarrant what it is today, men with vision and the backbone to do whatever it takes to see that vision to its end. Tarrant was not always so powerful. To make it so had a great price. Okay, what price? That's another story for another time, and not mine to tell, madam. Let us just say that the Tarantian monarchy was one of the victims of the Industrial Council's vision. As in any wars, there are casualties. If you respect Willowsby, why question his actions now? Power can do strange things to men, my friend. What created Tarrant was patriotism, but I'm afraid that greed is now the fuel behind her fire. Willowsby stands to make quite a bit of money if Kaladin joins the Unified Kingdom. Remember, he's a businessman first, a politician afterwards. What does he stand to gain? Manufacturing concessions, tax advantages. Kaladin would do just about anything for a businessman who holds the power to push his agreement through, don't you think? What are you suggesting? You see, two men, strangers really, can have a logical, rational conversation, and the next thing you know, things are being done. Good things, mind you, necessary things. Things that made this city great. I've agreed to nothing, Jenks. Why said that you have? I was just making an observation, madam. It's strange how great things sprout from such insignificant encounters, don't you think? Yeah, I'm ready to hear what you have in mind. Good, good. Most importantly, did or did you not you accept the position as mediator between Caladem and the United Kingdom? It was never mentioned. I see. Well, if you have the chance to speak with him again, see if you can't get him to appoint you the position. You will have to be a fairly charismatic person and a good speaker. Nosby knows how to choose his men, but having that position will be a real advantage for doing what needs to be done. And that is assassinating King Ferhat of Caladon. Yes, I'd beg you for a patriot. We are in desperate need of men like you. Fate of Terrans rests in your hands. First, you should try for the appointment of Willoughby, and if I receive the position, then you'll have special access to certain parts of the castle that would be inaccessible if you weren't a special envoy from Terran. Places like the kitchen. Am I to meet someone there? Yes. The man's name is Vernon. He will instruct you further. And what if I don't get the position? Then you are to meet a man named Bullers down at Caladon Docks. He'll be around and he'll be expecting you. He'll help you get into the castle where you will have access to the kitchens. Then Mr. Vernon. Are you understood? Clearly. Good. If you succeed in assassinating King Ferhat, then return to Tarrant and meet me at the Grand's Tavern. I'll have heard about it and we'll wait there every day until you return. You will be paid no less than 20,000 gold pieces for your trouble. Agreed. Splendid. Won't speak of this again, although I will be here watching Willoughby until you leave for Caladon. I have no intention of doing the assassination. I just wanted details of how they intend to do it. Let's look at what do I need to do. Obtain a copy of Horror Among the Dark Elves. We will quickly visit the library. Was it? See if they at least know of the book. Do you have Zheng Ang, Horror Among the Dark Elves? I suspect that we may very well have a copy, however, without a membership. Okay. How much? Does the library have it? Do you know who the author would be? Renford A. Terwilliger. Wait a moment. I'm sorry, madam, but I was not able to find among however, I did find another book that you may be interested. Curse of Zheng An appears to be a book about the one you are searching for. Interesting. May I check it out? Thank you. Book about the book. I'm not gonna do that now. I will read it though. Did we get a quest from it? Accept find Mr. Victor Misk. It's probably because of the book. I'll end the video here. I will have to complete this some other time.